Good morning, everybody. Look at you guys hustling and bustling over here in the comments all nice and early. And I was actually there to say, hey, but hey, here we are, face on cam. I am Huck, your host for the Morning Mug. Welcome to the Tuesday edition. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff that we do here, box office, new releases, movie news, and we're going to do a little something new, as you've seen me throwing out there. I want to try a game on the show, and we're going to call it This versus That. And that could be anything. It could be two characters that you want to see battle each other. See, we have a little mention of Indy versus Han, or two TV shows like Star Trek TNG versus the original series, or Marvel versus DC, or anything, movie snacks, popcorn, nachos, whatever it is. We're going to try it this morning. This will be the beta test. I do have to make it a slightly quicker show this morning. However, depending on how that does, we'll bring it back every week. So you got to give me stuff, and we'll do like 2 or 3, we'll see how the battles go, and then on next week's show, I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to bring some of you on here. That's right. You have to be prepared. I didn't want to shock everybody too last minute today, but I'll do it. I'll do the beta test. We'll have a little fun. And then I'll drop the link for anybody to join for next week's This or That. And it'll be just for that. You'll pop on. We'll have a nice little discussion battle. And then you'll go bye-bye. But I think it'll be super fun. So, you know the drill. Got the old iced tea. Grab a drink. Grab a snack. Oh, Bob, wake up. Hold on. Bob, you have to wake up, son. We got to get this show going. Well, hit it. Let's go. My friends, welcome back to the Morning Mug. Now let's chat. All right, let's go. What's your drink? What's your snack? It is time for the Morning Mug right here, right now. Bob, slap it up. There it is, the Morning Mug. Slap up the ticket. Here we go. It is officially go time here at the Morning Mug. Man, look at you guys just flooding the comments. Love it. Anything else before we get rolling? Let's see, how's the head? How do I look? How do I sound? Let's go look at my silly face talking. Here we go. Seems okay. I don't know. This cam, y'all, I'm gonna have to ditch this thing. It's okay. It's okay. It's on 720 right now. It's acceptable. But all right. It's more than acceptable. All you cool cats in the chat. So let's go say, hey, look at that Mr. Moody in the house. Cheers, mate. Come on in. Dangling the door. Have a sit. Cup of squat, as I said in the past. It's not an Australian slang, I'll tell you that. In Hucksville. That's right, everybody. Welcome to Hucksville. Let's see. Skip my goofy stuff here. Good morning. Yep, Star Wars. Go pick that. That's a good box set. Go check out Blockbuster box sets here on YouTube. He does some pretty sweet work. Let's see. Okay, she's doing some coffee and cereal. Nice. Mr. Bonkers, good morning. Good morning, all. Let's see. And if you haven't seen it, this is the link. You just go click it. That's the little This versus That. You guys can drop some over there, or you can just drop them right here in the comments. Honestly, these will probably be the ones I read when I get ready to it. Like Mr. Moody's already like Marvel versus DC. See, now you know what? See, that's massive. That's a big one. That might be one I save for next week and bring some of you, cool cats on so it can get heated. Because, and I'm not going to know. I can bring on 2 people and everyone will just be all Marvel. So it'll be a very, I don't have time. I'm not going to pick and choose. I'm going to go find a DC person and find a Marvel person and bring them in. We're just going to wing it, and just see with the consensus of the people that decide to use the link. It can be any of you guys can come on. I can only do up to about 6 total, just so you know, including myself on the screen. But I think it'll be fun. I want to try something, y'all. So I'm glad you're game for it. Nice. Look at all that. Ooh, that's some good titles, man. Excalibur. I got to give that a rewatch. It's been a long time. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah. I read that earlier. Let's see. Oh yeah, the 200 episode. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll probably have some people on. Why not? Yeah, I'll reach out to you. Whoever's game to pop in and out. I don't know, but yeah, it'll be a humdinger, as we like to say on the show. We gotta make it a good one. Who knows? Who knows what that'll be? I have to start planning it. It is about 22 away. We're at 179, y'all. Got 21 left for the big one. How exciting. If that don't warrant a like right there, come on, we're almost there. Let's see. You saw, whoops, I went over one here. You saw Tomb Raider for your 52-week challenge. Yes. This week's challenge was, I think I screwed up my graphic. I'll have to tell you what it is. I did. I screwed up my graphic, but I'll fix that when I get there. But today was a female-led action movie. I was in a hurry making my graphic this morning. But yeah, so today it's a female-led action movie, and he watched Tomb Raider that had Daniel Craig in it. Yes, young Daniel Craig. But look, Mr. Moody's already in the zone with Indy versus Han, which we mentioned earlier. Now we're cooking. Let's see. Okay, so Game of Thrones versus, say, I can't do that one. Sorry, Dave. I just haven't seen either one really. So that'll be one for your awesome brain to decide. You let me know which one wins that battle. I'd have to bring people on for that one. What's that ding? My laptop just danged. Hello, Huck. How are you doing today? What's up, everybody? Zip it, Thanos. That's right. Zip it, Thanos. Those snaps around here. Let's say, hey, Craig is here. What's going on, man? You're right, pretty. Oh, thanks, Steve. I like to, freshen up before the show, get all tucked in here, if you know what I'm saying. I don't even know what I'm saying. Morning. What up, the third KB? Woo, good morning. Girl, look at that. All kinds of love to you. Welcome. I love when any of the KB Homestead comes in this morning. I'm so happy you're here. I love it when we get some queen bees in here. That's easy, says morning. Okay, Bob. And Bob will show he loves you too. Great new custom video you went through. Oh, okay. I did, man. I did. I was thinking of you the whole time. I'm like, I gotta get on this. I didn't get it as early as I wanted, but it was immediately the first thing I came in here and knocked out before work. Just to hold myself accountable. I couldn't let you down. Yeah, Goonies, man. If y'all haven't seen it, I did a custom on Goonies, consolidated it, go check it out. It's a fun little video. My answer to that question is only shows for life or movies. Ooh, okay. All right. Remember that when we get to our little section. Of course, Star Wars versus Star Trek. I also feel like that's a good group battle. Make them smaller. I'll just say for this one, make them smaller, more like characters. Like I'll do the Indy Han thing. I like the TV versus movies, stuff like that. I will tackle on today. The mega stars, y'all are thinking, I like that you're thinking grandiose, but I feel like those will be the ones I pull you guys in on, because I think it'll be fun, because I will clearly lean towards one side or the other. And you're just going to have to live with that. But when it comes to a big franchise, I think it'll be nice to hear some others chime in, and we'll go at why we think I think this will be fun. I hope you guys like it. I don't know. I was just spitballing this, thought of this a couple of days ago. So, and I meant to put the graphic up, but you guys are coming up with some good ones immediately. Good morning, Nikki. Another queen bee. Good morning, darling. So saying hello. Oh, yes, indeed. Watching on my big screen. Cool. Sham says, how is it like watching Mercy starring my brother Chris Pratt? I didn't get to look. So just so you guys know, I'll be transparent with you, and I will be very careful not to bring myself to tears. But I didn't get to see any movies this weekend because I lost cash this Friday. You guys all know my beloved dog that was down here sometimes, a cute little black magic of a mutt, was my best friend, and really was, as soon as we moved into this house, the first thing we said is we have a house and a yard. It's time for a dog. And we went out and we got Cash. So he's been in this house as long as I've been here. And he's just been a wonderful part of the family. So I'm going to stop it there before I bring myself to tears, because I've been doing it like since Friday. Anything will come up, it's lunchtime. I go have lunch. He's always like walks into the kitchen with me, plops right down, and joins me for lunch. So I'll stop there because I feel the feels coming on. But I love you, Cash. RIP, dog. All right, we're gonna stop there, y'all. But there you go. Miss my little dog. But that's why I didn't get to see anything over this weekend. But I did want to share that with you guys because I know you've seen Cash on my show before. He's all down there wanting a treat in the morning while I'm trying to do my show. And I'm like, what's up, dog? But yeah. So we got, oh no. Oh, thanks, Steve. Yeah. Anakin versus Luke. That's pretty good. Sorry to hear. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Movie Hunter. Yeah, it is super hard. And, if I've never had to do it like as a kid. Whenever we lost our pets, I don't remember, they were just gone. I didn't know the secret, how that happened. But now being a pet owner, they don't just disappear. You have to take them to the vet and be there with them in that moment. And I will say, it was nice to be there for him, let him know he didn't do anything bad. They always say, try to be there for your pet because they're going to think they did something bad and this is a punishment. But if you're there to love up on them and all that stuff right up to the end, it matters. So, yeah. That was hard. Yeah. I don't know how long cats live. I mean, dogs can be anything, from 10 to 18, maybe. But ours got to almost 14. March technically would have been his 14th birthday. So, yeah, y'all. So, yeah, we'll dedicate today's show to Cash. This one's dedicated to the fur buddy. But yeah, I mean, before we get to it, let's see. When will we do? I'll do the this versus that, maybe closer to the halfway mark or the 45-minute mark. Let's see how many likes we got, because I feel like maybe we got to get at least 15 likes to do the this versus that, right? Like let's earn it, shall we? We're at 8. We're at 8. We're at 8, y'all. Let's get to 15, and we will, then do that thing. Oh, you said cats about 15, 18 as well. Yeah. All right. But before we get to that wickedly good challenge, let's see, which one do I want to do first? Let's talk about, okay, let's do, Bob, are you ready for this? I'm gonna just jump over to the box office because I think it's kind of a hilarious looking box office this weekend, y'all. I mean, when you see this thing, it's not all that, is what I'll say. Here we go. All right, Bob, hit that magic button. Come on, hit it. Look, watch Bob. Nothing. Come on now. It's coming. It's coming, y'all. It's coming. There it is. That's not even the right thing. Hold on, Bob. All right, lose that. There you go. All right. There it is. Bob is all sad about Cash. All right, look at this thing. Look at this box office. Okay, Mercy comes in at number 1, but oh my God, look at this total, y'all. What? 10.8 milli for a Chris Pratt movie. Rebecca Ferguson. But look, the premise isn't all that. He's sitting in a chair the whole time. He has to prove himself innocent. And this thing is up on IMAX screens, like it's a big event kind of thing, but it's not that kind of a movie. So it's a very odd thing to me that it's on IMAX. It's like, clearly that did not help its box office. So for the first time, Fire and Ash in its 6th week finally loses the first position. And that, I'm going to say, I mean, I do recall that there was a couple other movies that had like 4 weeks, like maybe Minecraft or a couple of other things. Superman, I don't think had it for 4 weeks, but 6 weeks or 5 weeks total at the number 1, I think, is the record for the year. And it was dropping such a small amount every week, like 33, 28, something like that. Avatar Fire and Ash finally dropped a substantial 55.8 mil. So I think people are starting to get over Avatar. I think it's going to start now dropping in the 50s until it goes out. And we're going to talk about the difference between all three avatars and see what y'all think is going to happen. But because last week it was still in the teens, so it had a good shot at still being number one. And with Mercy making 10 mil, like that's not an overwhelming dominance, but there it is. So Mercy takes it, 10.8, y'all. Avatar Fire Dash at 6.4. Zootopia still hanging in the top 5, y'all. It did drop 42% to 5.3 mil. And The Housemaid is still doing strong. I love that movie, y'all. It's pulled in a respectable 115 million. So that is very good for a movie like that. 3.9 mil still going strong there. And Marty Supreme bumps back into the top 5. It got knocked out. Now it's back in. Like ping pong, y'all. Marty Supreme keeps coming in and out because 28 years later, the Bone Temple in its second week dropped from the number 2 spot all the way down to number 6. I'm a little surprised by that. A 72% drop for a pretty good horror movie. Like I liked it. If you saw my review, I preferred the other one a little more, like just the 28 years later. And then I like the Bone Temple slightly less. Although no, most everyone else I knew likes the Bone Temple more. But I was shocked at 72%. That is a massive, massive drop. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just what is y'all's take? I kind of think that the 28 something later franchise isn't as robust as maybe Hollywood thinks it is. It's not The Conjuring. It's not even Final Destination. Man, that last Final Destination and Conjuring movie, those things crushed at the box office. Massive. Kept both franchises alive. I don't think with a turnout like this that's doing a whole lot for the franchise. And the other new release movie that came out this week was Return to Silent Hill, based on the video game. And that, y'all, was down at number 7. In fact, it was right up there next to the Lord of the Rings re-release, Hamnet and Return of the King and The Two Towers. So the Lord of the Rings movies were did almost more money than Return to Silent Hill. And that's a brand new movie. So that is what the box office was facing, y'all. Not the best. Not the best. But I tell you what, while we still have this up before I go, well, here, I'll just ping you over because it's a pretty lackluster release this weekend. But this is what's coming out. I just picked one poster. I didn't see anything else really worth digging around for. But starting on Friday, you got Statham's new movie, Shelter. Yeah, there you go. Shelter. I've seen the preview for it. I don't know. I loved Beekeeper, but I keep feeling like they just kind of keep getting a little less cool. Like Working Man was okay, not as good to me. And then, I don't know, Shelter. Look, maybe at a certain point, like Statham, like Stallone, like Schwarzenegger, they're going to hit a wall where, we still need good action heroes. And maybe Statham is aging out of that. What do y'all think? Y'all tell me what you think of that. But let's pop back up here to the box office. Because we're going to talk a little bit more about the avatars. So the first Avatar, when it came out, made 785 million right here in the good old US of A. Worldwide, another 2.1 billion for a total of almost 3 billion. I feel like if he re-releases that movie, it could probably hit the 3 billion mark. It'll be the only movie there. But a grand total of 2.9 billion was the first movie. The second movie, Avatar Way of Water, also did fantastic here, 688 million, 1.6 worldwide for a total of 2.3 billion. Okay, so both in the $2 billion club. Now, the disappointment comes, and I am confident in saying Avatar Fire and Ash will not join the $2 billion club because we are only at 377 million here, 1 billion worldwide. Do the math, a total of 1,378,000,000 is where that stands. That is very far away from the 2 billion mark. So I think we're done. We'll be capping this out. I don't know if it'll even hit 1.4 billion. But that, for those of us wanting to see if Avatar could pull a three-peat and make all three movies in the 2 billion club, maybe it's just too much to ask for. I think the distance between the two first Avatar movies is what helped the second one do so well. Similar to, like, Top Gun Maverick is 36 years. They wasn't that far apart like Top Gun Maverick, but still, when you are waiting a while and you have a sequel that kind of blows you away, it does well. And I don't know. What do y'all think? Do you think people are over the blue people? Have we told the story? I love them. I think they're fantastic film going movies. Like, if you want your money's worth, y'all, like, it ain't going to be Mercy. I'll tell you, it's not Mercy. It's Avatar, Fire and Ash. Like, if you ask me right now, hey, if I had already seen Mercy, because I'll go see that because I haven't seen it. But if they said, all right, now you got to go see one of those again right now, of course, I'd go see Avatar. Of all these, I'd probably see Avatar again right now, just because it's a visual feast, man. And second, I'd see Housemaid again of all these five. I really enjoyed Housemaid. It was good, yeah. So, all right, so that is it for now. Let's go ahead and all right, let's get off of that graphic for now. Bob, you can have the other ones set up and ready. There we go. Well, let's get back to you like a cornball. Did I put the star down here? I hope I did. No, I didn't really. Sorry. I forgot to tag it. Okay, this is where 9 likes. Okay, here we go. So Hisham says Mercy reminds me of Steven Spielberg classic Minority Report. No, not even really. It's because Minority Report, like, it was a real action adventure that, like, took you out into the world and Cruise had to do his thing. This one, he's just, like, locked in a chair in a room and he's just watching surveillance videos to prove his innocence. And I mean, I don't know if there's maybe a hint of that, the proving of innocence kind of thing, but tonally, I feel they are different. But I can see how I can remind you of it, though. Hello, there he is, the Mr. KB. We got the 2 OG KBs in the house. Morning, Mugsters. Condolences. Like, thank you, bud. Text me to tell me the sad news. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Look at that, third KB. I appreciate it. Yeah. Like I said, it was, poor little guy. He was having a tough time. He was battling cancer, y'all. That effing C word. And no matter how old we all get and how many scientists we hear that are, trying to treat cancer, why is it we never hear any progress? Like, it's the one thing that seems to never get a cure. So even for our beloved pets, but yeah. But thank you, man. Thank you, everyone who has given Cashman some condolences. Staith has always got the Mad Lib scripts. The Mad Lib scripts. Oh my God, that's the funniest thing I've heard. Yeah, his Mad Lib scripts. That's really good. It's a great time to catch those Oscar-nominated movies if they're back in your local franchise theaters. Yeah, dude, I saw that too. Mine is doing that. It in fact, Sinners and One Battle After Another are back in my local cinema. In fact, I'm like, gee whiz, should I go see those? I have Sinners on 4K. So should I spend that time rewatching a movie I've already seen over the weekend, or try to watch these newer movies, even though I hear they may not be that great? Like, should I bother with Mercy and Return to Silent Hill, or should I go see those two bangers? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Thanks, Hisham. Thanks, everybody. I feel for 28 years later, people had the hype of the 28 movies, went and saw it, wasn't feeling it, and didn't want to try the new one. I'm not a huge fan of the first. I still want to see the second, though. You're not a fan of the first, meaning the 28 years later, or the very first one? I assume you mean the 28 years later, and then this is the second one, the Bone Temple. Yeah, I mean, I guess because I'm not either way with this. I think the whole 28 franchise is meh to me. Like, I don't really care. I think I've seen them all one time, and that is it. And I don't have the urge to go and see any of them again. I was a little bit like that with The Conjuring, although I did really like that last one. That one kind of blew me away how good it was. And the new Final Destination. Although those are very fun, I could rewatch those. I enjoy those. But yeah, I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe the main fan base went out the first week, and then that fan base is over. like, like they saw it. Like it doesn't appeal to a wider mass. That's what I'm thinking. I think because it made over 1 billion, we're still going to see get 4 or 5 now. I don't know. I don't think we're getting 4 and 5 because Cameron even said this has to make a certain amount of money. Now, what that amount is, I don't know. But he felt like if it didn't hit that amount, that was happy to him and Disney. Because remember, this is a big ticket for them. This doesn't cost just 200 million to make. It's up there. It's like a 600 and something $1 million movie, and I don't think doubling it is quite the success they were hoping for. And he had said, I read in a comment from him, that if it didn't make what he wanted, he'll call it a day. This will be his nice story, and then he'll wrap up maybe any tiny loose ends in a book. And Dave, since you're a reader, you'd probably love that. You'll grab that book and see how it all wraps up. Tell us. I think if people are over the multi-theater watches of Avatar, the first one had that appeal. Can't capture lightning 3 times in a row. Yep. Maybe that's it. I mean, I didn't see this one multiple times either. Yeah. The Huckster's here. Yeah, what up, man? What's going on, Pond Toaster? Now, there's a guy who loves that new Bone Temple, even more than me. Yeah, I think you liked it more than the 28 years later, right? According to what you said, you like this one more. I sort of like the previous one a little better, but what happened, Luke? What's going on with our 28 years momentum? It just petered out like instantly at the box office, just dropped to number 6, left the top 5 altogether. The only one out of the 10 that I missed is Secret Agent, trying to see it on the big screen. Yeah. I'm hoping, KB, I've got this app called FYC It, and it shows me a bunch of screenings in the area, especially since it's Oscar season and SAG season and all that, so I can go see those things. I haven't seen that pop up yet, but I'm also looking forward to seeing that. Hey, Adrian, what's going on, bud? Smash that like button. Tell me when we get to 15, man, and we'll try a little this versus that. Good morning, my darlings. Caprice, you darling. Always a pleasure. Look at that. The room lights up when she walks in the door. I'm already trashing my voice. What's going on? Hello. 14. So close. Look at there. All right. Everybody got their hays and highs and howdies. All right. Let's put a star in it. All right, y'all. We're almost there. We're almost to that magic 15. Let's go ahead and Bob, if you will, just pop on over, and we're going to talk about the. Hold on, let me get. Don't know are playing the game. So it'd be nice to know. Maybe we got some new players that I don't know about. But okay, favorite foreign director. Here we go. So we're going to switch it over. Like I said, I was in a little bit of a rush to get the graphic ready today, but here we go. So as you can see at the bottom, I repeated the same thing because I just copy paste these. That's supposed to read week number 5, favorite foreign director. So just remember that in case I forget when we get to the bottom. But next week is going to be watch a movie from your favorite foreign director, week number 5. Yes, I was cranking this out literally minutes before the show. We're at 15 likes. Very cool, man. Very cool. But we're going to talk about this right now. So a female-led action movie. I had not seen Furiosa. This is a movie that's sort of disappointed at the box office. Everybody was expecting this to do huge numbers. Same thing the same year happened to The Fall Guy. Both of those movies came out to high expectations, and for some reason, they didn't kill it. I will say that this movie, it's just what you expect from these movies. It's visually stunning. I'm telling you, like the stunts and the car designs. Let's just get to that. The concept and car designs and the motorcycle, they're absolutely mind-blowing. The fact that Chris Hemsworth is sitting on a chariot run by multiple motorcycles, aka horses. I'm talking about your horsepower. Really, nothing. That that was just worth looking at all by itself. It just visually, these movies are the pinnacle of these post-apocalyptic movies. They're just fantastic. You know, there's Steel Frontier, and then the rest is nothing, right? You know, you know. But I liked it. I thought it was really good. I gave it 3.5, as you can see, 3.5 stars there on Letterboxd. It was fun. It was exciting. It was a good time. I think these movies are a little long though, like 2.5 hours for like. Here's the thing: if you haven't seen it, I mean, I won't give any spoilers, but I'll give you some plot things to prepare yourself for. You don't get Anya Taylor-Joy till an hour into the movie. An hour. It's like watching the first Superman movie. You don't get Chris Reeve till an hour into the movie. It's so much backstory about that little girl and how she gets to be Furiosa, you know, which was fine. I didn't think we needed that much. See, that's something maybe you cut that into half an hour and then you got yourself a 2 hour movie. But an hour, like I was literally like, and my wife was kind of watching over my shoulder because it's not her jam, but she's like, she like left the room, then came back in at 45 minutes. She goes, "Oh my God, where's Anya Taylor-Joy?" Or Anya Taylor. Is it Anya or Anya? Probably Anya Taylor-Joy. But yeah, I'm like, she's not here yet. She's coming. But it was exciting. I thought Hemsworth was terrific. He was like my favorite part. I liked his sort of very over the top, you know, performance. His Australian accent was his own accent was sort of tweaked a little in it unto itself. And I just had a great time watching Hemsworth. It was and as good as Anya was, I also feel like she was a bit overshadowed by all the spectacle. Whereas Hemsworth, I don't know, he just was built for that environment. And I feel like Charlize has a little bit, I don't know, she got a little bit more of an edge to her than Anya, to me. You know, I think she's, I don't know what's the right word. I don't know, she's built better for it. I don't mean like, I guess maybe she's physically a bit bigger than Anya. Not that that matters, but, and that's not why. But yeah, I don't know. I felt like she disappeared sometimes between from all that spectacle, like the cars and the design and Hemsworth. When Hemsworth shows up, you're just kind of watching him. So I did enjoy this movie. It took me a couple of years to get to it, but I wanted something I hadn't seen before. I'd also considered Atomic Blonde. Speaking of, with Charlize Theron. And everybody's pulling out some good ones. I know, Dave, you saw Tomb Raider, and we've had someone pick Colombiana. So whatever you may have watched during this, kick-ass woman week, female-led action movie, let me know in the comments. What did you watch and what did you think? But this was my take on that. So next week it's going to be, like I said, favorite foreign director, whatever that means to you. So if your favorite is Akira Kurosawa or John Woo or Bong Joon-ho or whoever your favorite is, or I mean, you could even consider Guillermo del Toro, absolutely an absolute foreign film director who's also done some American movies. Just pick one of their movies. Someone had asked earlier, if speaking of Guillermo, he had seen all the who I'm talking about. If you're here, if you are, you get to chime in, but I won't say. He'd seen all of Guillermo's movies except Hellboy 2, right? That is technically one of his. So he wanted to watch that. And I said, well, look, the week is designed for you to watch a foreign film from your foreign director, but it doesn't say that. It does just say pick a movie from your favorite foreign director. So whatever makes, again, this whole challenge is to make you have fun, feel good, and feel, accomplished and get something done and check off that box. So if it means you're going to watch Hellboy 2, the Golden Army, or whatever that tagline is, to finish out your Guillermo del Toro, and you'll be able to have completed someone's filmography, I think that's a good reason. That's an excellent reason to say you're going to watch something like that. So that is it, my friends. Bob, if you will, back to the big screen. Thank you very much. All right. Let's get back to y'all. Here we go. Love The Conjuring 1 and 2, and love that Annabelle house. It's one with the cursed items, but the third one really disappointed me. I should give the fourth one a go. Is the fourth one, see again, because I'm not huge into the franchise, I don't know how many numbers there are. Is Conjuring Last Rites number 4? Is that the one you're talking about? Or is there like, was that number 5? Like, I don't know what number Conjuring Last Rites is, but if it's number 4, I will tell you, I liked it a lot. And that's someone who I'm not really baked into that franchise, but when I left, and again, go on my channel, watch my review, you'll see my reaction is like, guys, I really like this movie. Like, that's how I was. Like, I was kind of surprised to have enjoyed it as much as I did. And you can see it killed at the box office. So a lot of other people were like, hey, this is a good movie. Luke Ponto, chime in, man. I know you saw that movie. Did you like Conjuring Part 4? I forget your review. I feel like you did. I feel like we're often in sync with our horror movies, although you like some a little out of my range. I don't care for the Terrifiers and stuff like that. That's all y'all or whoever's into that stuff. But you know, Last Rites, you know, the Conjuring, that was good, but I also loved Final Destination Bloodlines because there's a little bit of humor in that and those kind of movies. That's more my jam right there. That's the sweet spot, y'all. Let's see, Mr. James, surviving, sir. Oh no, just trying to avoid because of all the cold out there. Well, you please avoid pneumonia, KB. Please avoid that. All right, 15 likes, nice, cool. You watched Colombian and loved it. Fantastic. I gotta admit, haven't seen it. Maybe I should put that on my, maybe sneak it in for the rest of the week. They have big choppers, the slides. They did. Okay, this was insane, y'all. All right, here's the deal. This is not a spoiler. This is just a reaction. So during one of these chase scenes, y'all, these people are on the back of a car and all in one shot. This is what I love about Frank Miller. Frank Miller? No. George Miller. When he makes these movies, they look as practical as can be. So this guy's literally got a parachute on his back and they're hauling ass, and then he just grabs a weapon, pulls the parachute, and he's instantly like airborne and becomes like one of those things in Hawaii when you're doing the parasail. He becomes an instant parasail, all in one shot, and then throws a grenade, hits the tank, all in one shot, no cut. I'm like, oh, come on. Then they do it again with some dude on one of those, I don't even know what you call them, like where you got the air conditioner on your back, you know, the big propeller, the hydroplane thing, you know, what are they called? I don't know, the paragliders, I guess, right? The guy from the ground becomes airborne into a paraglider, and then there's paragliders literally crisscrossing each other in the same shot, all in one take. I'm just like, like, if those are effects, they're done extremely well, very seamless, without sort of an obvious, oh, I see some of the, you know there's an effect going on. Even if it looks good, you could just tell, okay, that they could not have done that practically, because if a guy slipped, he'd be dead. And some bodies falling, those are all fake too, because if just falling off a tanker could kill you, so, or you could accidentally run over. But just those alone, those chase sequences set the bar, man. Like, gorgeous. That's why I think you make a movie like that at 2 hours, but keep those stunts as your focal point. Man, I'd watch another one of those, but I'd watch another one of those like at 2 hours, not at 2.5. That was too much. Yeah, and I knew that's yeah. Say, I didn't even look ahead. That's what I figured you meant. That's why I started talking about it. Let's see. Speaking about Tomb Raider, have you seen the new Lara Croft starring Sophia Turner? I didn't. I've seen the photos. Yes, everyone's got to have beef. Shut the hell up. Sophie Turner looks great. People are like, oh, she doesn't look the part, and blah blah. I was like, she looks fine. Like, no one really ragged on the previous girl. I mean, she's way more petite than Angelina, right? Were people ragging on? Probably. Right? Probably. Everyone's got to rag, and then no one can say, oh, this looks like. Honestly, I love Sophie Turner. Can't wait. So take that, all you naysayers. I think Sophie Turner, she's fantastic. I think she'd be a great Tomb Raider. What's going on, Tiger Blue? Morning. Hey, hello. Here you go. Hey, Jeff, you thinking about picking up Hard Boiled, huh? That's a $50 price tag. It's a good movie, though. It's a good movie. Let's see. Oh, look at that, Jeff. What's up, bud? Oh, if I skipped you up there, I'm way sorry. Hey, man, how are you? Doing good. Hope you're well. Yeah, sometimes I get like tunnel vision and skip over people. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Let's see. Hans. Okay, here we go. Versus Lando. Here we go. All right, you guys, I'm gonna put a pin in that right there. Let's see. Just take a little peek at it. All right, so I think we're uber close to doing that now. I loved it at the 20 mark, but let me just let me get rid of this real quick. Bob, no fall asleepy, man. Okay, keep that up. Here we go. All right, let's do this. So we're going to sing that song, What Sue We're Gonna Get, and Steelbook Crew. I haven't seen anybody throw that out yet, and we are at 8:41, so we should probably, say something there. Hold on, where is this thing at? There we go. Let's do that. Yeah, Steelbook Crew and all that jazz. Oh, there we go. And snarf. Hit it. There we go. There's the tab. That's how it's done. My goodness. Bob, circle, please. Circle. There it is. All right, y'all. I will say, what's soon the Steelbook Crew and you gonna get? Well, I don't see a whole heck of a lot for this week. This is not a banger of a week. I'll just tell you. I think you're going to be saving money. You're going to be appreciate what I tell you. But there are some good ones in here tucked in. All right, starting off, you got your Time Crimes 4K. Honestly, I've never heard of this movie. The Stendhal Syndrome. Again, these are the two that they put at the top. Never heard of either one. Now you got your World War Z. I've heard of that, but how many times have we released World War Z? Now it's a cool steelbook. Whoop-de-doo. I mean, I'm done, y'all. You know my thing. If I have it now, the double, triple dipping is over unless it's a movie I really love and it's on Blu-ray and I want to upgrade to 4K. But once I have the format firmly planted how I want, I'm good. And then you got your Trolls 2, The Great Silence, Ghost Keeper, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. Any of these titles popping for you people? Now, I will say I love Married to the Mob. Very good movie. Love it. Michelle Pfeiffer. Of course, it's got the dude from Stranger Things. And this is a cinematography, is that how you say it? Cinematography, whatever, version of it. Of course, Vinegar Syndrome released one a couple of years ago, which had the hard box and the magnet and all that jazz. So this is just, to me, yet another release. I have the other one on Blu-ray. Yes, this is a 4K, but this isn't a movie I visit over and over and over again. So whatever the price tag on that is, probably $30. I'm going to pass, even though that is a title I do like and we'll probably get it. But you got your House Party on 4K. What's a little House Party? And it's Criterion, y'all. So that's kind of fun that Criterion picked up House Party. But, of course, wait for the Criterion sales to pick that up. You get it at half price. That'll make it $25. So, again, don't pick that up week one. Once a Thief, another good Hong Kong action flick. What else we got? Birth, Nicole Kidman. You got the Veil. The Veil. Could I have the Veil, please? Sorry, we're all out of Veil. I'll have the Veil then. So there it is, the Veil. A Candle for the Devil. I'm almost boring myself saying all these titles. Blah, blah, blah. Narrow Margin. Mechanic with, Charles Bronson. Anybody? Mechanic fan? George A. Romero's Resident Evil. Now, we do have Sabrina, so that's the one I put on the intro, if you saw that. I love Harrison Ford, and I remember liking this movie, but I want to give this another watch. Because it's got Harrison Ford. And who do we got there? Julia Ormond, I think, is the gal in it. What else we got? Kiss of the Spider Woman. Good movie. Also on Criterion. I'm just going to kind of scrub here, see if anything else pops out. Yeah. That's it, y'all. I mean, you can see here if anything's calling your name, jot it on your must grab list. But yeah, marry me on 4K. So I mean, as you can see, it is a big week. There's a lot of stuff that's out. Good Lord, it's still going. Black Hat on 4K. It wasn't a great movie. And that's it. We're all the way down. All the way down. There's one coming out on the 30th. All right, so we'll save the 31st. What is that? Donnie Darko. So we might as well go all the way to the bottom. So this will roll out into the next few days. A Donnie Darko 4K media books. If you're a Donnie Darko fan, get a little media book coming out slightly after today. So that is it, y'all. That is what is coming out on today. What's calling your name? Do you want that 4K of World War Z Steelbook because it's so badass? Do you want Married to the Mob? Do you want House Party? It don't matter. Let me know in the comments which one is calling your name. It's not a bad week. It's not a great week. It's got a couple scragglers. Nothing I couldn't wait for a deal or a sale for sure. Like none of those are day one for me. What about you guys? Let me hear it. Laren is here. What's going on, good fellow? What's all going on, good fellow? Oh, what am I doing? Hey, what's up? Candace, welcome. Good to see you. Hey there, Laren. JD, okay, everybody can get some haze in there. Let's see. Jeff, lots of haze. Okay, here we go. A lot of people getting in their verses now. 7 Stitches coming out today. Woo! Hope you didn't damage yourself too bad, but yeah, go get those things out. Steve, yeah, everyone needs House Party. Needs. Well, buy cracky, y'all. If y'all need it, go get it. So, okay, Time Crimes is great. Why have I never heard of this movie? You got to admit, that is a very, hang on, I'm going to click it over here and just see. Okay, that is a $35 4K. Who's in it? Oh, okay. So this is a foreign film. Yeah. Like everything on there. Like nobody. Yeah. So this is a foreign film. So that's cool. Oh, it's a Vinegar Syndrome release. All right. So it's going to have a slightly higher price tag. That's why it's about $35. But there you go. Although you can get it through Amazon, so that's nice. Probably cheaper. So Time Crimes, huh? All right, Laren, put that on the thing. Batman vs Superman. Yep, I knew that was coming. Let's see. Would you rather only watch movies digitally or the only format you can buy is DVD? That's a good question. So I'm guessing if I'm watching them digitally, I can have 4K or whatever. I guess. Look, I'll just say this. I guess if the option is they're all available on together. So all the movies I want are on digital or all the movies I want are on DVD. I'd probably, I know this is blasphemy, but probably pick the digital then, just so I can have that nicer looking picture. Because at that point, if it is just this or that, this is a very good this versus that, by the way. You may have just started my first this versus that. All right, we're going to pop it up right now. Here we go. All right, Bob, bring it back up. Let's bring our this or that graphic. Let's see. Here we go. We're just gonna do it, y'all. We're ready to go. I think that was an excellent starter. There you go. Here you go. We're gonna do it, and we're gonna pull. Let's do this format here. There we go. All right, it's now time for this or that. That's easy. Just give me the first one. I think that is a great way to start. What would I rather? So I guess I'd rather go the 4K just because I want to see it looking good. And look, I'm not even like a 4K snob because I love Blu-ray. Like I'll prefer a Blu-ray over 4K if it's something I'm probably not going to watch a ton. If the Blu-ray looks amazing and I had a good time with it, I don't see the need to upgrade, especially if it's a minimal tick. So yeah. So there you go. Now, I would lose out on the bonus features, I suppose. So that's the downside. But that is a good start. All right, we're going to start it right now, y'all. We're just going to play the game. Like I said, next week we'll bring some of you guys on. Terminator vs. RoboCop. Woo, girl. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good battle. Okay, I mean you got the unstoppable Terminator, which the difference is all of his flesh is a facade and can burn off, and he's still gonna come at you. RoboCop has you can call it advantage or disadvantage that he's propelled by his human organic brain, and he still has some skin that can be shot, right? Like in the face, and we've seen in the movies he gets hurt and it does slow him down. I do love his leg gun. I think that is a pretty boss thing. That would be fun to see that go up against the Terminator. However, in the end, I think the unstoppable nature of the Terminator would prevail. As much as I love RoboCop, I think he could have some skills. Now, I would also say this too. If they're in an environment where RoboCop gets to use like that targeting and he just reads the whole room, I think he could take out the Terminator because he would know like how to hit something and make it fall, or shoot that barrel and it'll explode. You know, those are things that I don't think we've seen displayed from the Terminator at rapid responses. So given the environment, but if it's, let's just say it's the desolate playing field, I think the Terminator has it. But if it's an environment with a bunch of stuff laying around, I think RoboCop could use his environment better than the Terminator. So there you go. All right, now that we're here, we'll throw up this one. All right, Batman versus Superman. Okay, Dave has to throw this out. This is everybody's ultimate battle, right? Batman versus Superman. Might be one where I need to bring people on. So here's the thing. Yes, I know. I get it. There's fans on both sides of this camp. And there's even a movie, Batman versus Superman. Batman's got all the gadgets. He's super smart, super intelligent. He knows how to take down Superman. But quite frankly, the only way Batman can technically ever take down Superman is if he is in possession of kryptonite. That's it. Like, he has to have that to his advantage to weaken Superman enough to do harm. Like, you can't hit him with a sonic boom. You can't. We know that magic affects Superman, but Batman's not magic. That would be Zatanna or, the Scarlet Witch from the other universe. Magic has an effect on Superman. But aside from that, let's face it, as cool as Batman is, I give him the cool factor. Batman's cooler, but Superman, well, I mean, some people think Batman's cooler. I'm going to lean towards Superman on this one because I just look. If you push him, all it takes is this. The old laser eyes. Basically, if he pulls a Homelander from The Boys, it's over for Superman. That's a distance attack. He didn't have to get near Superman. He just done. And he does have super speed, so he could done. Technically, y'all. Yeah, technically. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, that's where I see it. I think Superman could easily take down Batman. I know. Oh, I'm going to ruffle some feathers on that one, y'all. I know. That's what this is for. For you guys. And you guys can judge me too. You can say, no, Huck, no, Batman, all the way. Look, this is just for fun. It's just something I thought of. This is kind of a hoot to play along with. Even though we're playing, I will put up some comments. I heard the House Party Blu-ray doesn't work. Well, that's no good. Yeah, exactly. See, those are the ones. House Party, Married to the Mob on the next sales for sure. You got to wait for that sale. Yeah, wait for those sales. So, Kana, so are you saying for versus, do Wicked 2 versus One Battle After Another? Are you throwing that out there for a versus? I will take that as such. Wicked 2 versus One Battle After Another. Okay, so here's the deal. I personally enjoyed Wicked 2. I think it's a good conclusion. It's darker tone than the first one. So if you want the same feel, it's not there. I do think Ariana Grande exceeds her performance from the first film. I thought she was fantastic. I thought she deserved another Best Supporting Actress. In fact, I don't know many people that have been nominated twice for the same character. Stallone got it for playing Rocky originally, and then for Creed. So this could have been, right, to my knowledge, maybe you guys know, if she'd have gotten nominated, then she'd be the only other person to be nominated playing the same character twice. But alas, she didn't get it. And nor did the movie even get a Best New Song. They even wrote a couple of new songs just to get that into the Academy Awards. And they didn't even, I mean, they haven't been, yeah. So anyway, it hasn't happened. And it got shut out. And then there's Leo's One Battle After Another, which I thought was really good. I'm not even a huge Paul Thomas Anderson fan. I loved Boogie Nights. Rest of his movies are okay. I don't tend to revisit them, but this one and Boogie Nights are right up there. I'm not even sure. I have to rewatch both to see which one is my favorite, but they're neck and neck. I definitely think they're my top two performances throughout the entire thing. I mean, when you got your Benicio del Toro and Sean Penn doing the supporting actor stuff, Leo at the top. Performances are stupendous. It's a good story, compelling story. So if I'm doing the verses on those two, I will lean towards One Battle After Another to take that victory. Sorry, what's happening in my chest right now? Let's see. You're gonna get Dogma, huh? Oh yeah, Excalibur. Oh, I need to get that. Nothing for you this week. Talk about Tomb Raider. I'll just say I haven't seen Alicia's Tomb Raider. I've had so many opportunities. It's come on, and then I didn't watch it. Let's see. All right, so based on my first verses, Jeff says 4K digital is better than DVD, but Blu-ray can almost always beat 4K stream. Yeah, now if that was it, I would have chosen Blu-ray because I like Blu-ray. Like again, every time I watch Blu-ray, y'all, I'm never disappointed. I don't do a split screen and go, whoa, no, it's not good enough. I look during my week of watching a movie in one location, I have the DVD of Phone Booth because on TV you had to pay for it. I own it on DVD, so I watched Phone Booth on DVD, and it was fine. It was not the sharpest transfer on that DVD. I'll say that. In fact, it's a flipper, y'all. I mean, you know those flippers. We get widescreen on this side and in full frame on the other side. But it was fine. It was watchable. But Blu-rays, yeah. If it was Blu-rays over streaming, I'd pick Blu-rays because then I could stay with my bonus features and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Steve's like Huck versus Mega Mike. Well, I don't know. I'll let you guys pick that, but you know what I'm going for? This guy. Oh, let's see. RoboCop versus Judge Dredd. Oh, ooh. Hisham. All right, see that's pretty tough too because you know Dredd's got a lot of that special stuff when you're talking to the gun, you know, Caddy Wampus or whatever he says, you know, it makes it some mega grenade or whatever. That is a much more even matchup, I would think, than Terminator versus RoboCop. Because like I said, I think Terminator would take RoboCop, but this one, RoboCop versus Judge Dredd. I mean, Judge Dredd is all human. So if RoboCop takes one shot and hits him, he's going down. And RoboCop is virtually like bulletproof. Usually when we see the movie, you see the ding, 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 you know, the bullets pinging off of his armor. So that gives him a little bit of advantage to not go down right away. If Judge Dredd were to catch on to this, he'd whisper into his thing and shoot the whammy jammies or whatever at RoboCop. And that could explode RoboCop, but you know RoboCop's also got that badass gun. Wow, you guys know how to really evenly match these things. I'm gonna have to give the edge to RoboCop though, because he's got a little bit of the armor, right, to give him some instant protection from Judge Dredd. He's got that laser targeting thing. Remember that the warehouse scene when he looks around and then he pulls the gun up and he shoots the other direction. And then he looks over here. Like everywhere he previously looked, He's already got that target and he shoots where he's not looking. That, my friends, is the danger of RoboCop versus Judge Dredd. Can't like turn his head away and nail RoboCop. RoboCop's got that targeting thing on. I mean, it's over. It's all over for Judge Dredd. As cool as that cannon he has is. So, God, that's a good one. Good one, Sham. Nice. Jackie Chan versus Jet Li. You guys are killing me. His Sham's bringing the heat. All right. Jackie Chan. Look, I'm going Jackie Chan. I know there's Jet Li fans. For me, when it comes down to these battles, it's about where I come from, what I grew up with. I grew up with Jackie Chan. He's got so much creativity and skills. Now, and this is like, I'm just using movie Jackie Chan, movie Jet Li. I mean, if you put the boys in a room and tell them to beat the crap out of each other, I don't know. I mean, they're both older, so I'm literally picturing both in their prime for this challenge. And Jet Li, he's a fast little sucker, man. That dude's got some skill. But I'm gonna lay the hat down, boom, on Jackie Chan for that one, y'all. Let's see. This versus that, Black Widow versus Hawkeye. Ooh. Now look, we've seen them battle on screen before. They both have hand-to-hand combat. So you got to take Clint's bow and arrow away, right? And what do you have? You've got two people that know how to fight. So because he would have to get that bow and arrow out to do substantial damage to Black Widow, like shoot a bomb grenade near her, take her down, do the old punching glove. Actually, that's a Green Arrow that's got the boxing glove on the end of his arrow. So I think it's pretty hilarious. But he could take the tips off and use the tips. But I think when you get close enough and these two get hand to hand, I think Black Widow is more nimble and slight of foot than Hawkeye. And since they both possess really good fighting skills and, she's got the shockers on the wrist, I kind of think Black Widow takes this one. I think she uses her sleek, nimble qualities, uses her fighting skills to, wrap her legs up around the top of Clint, take him down, and then zap him with the shockers. I think Black Widow takes this. Like again, Hawkeye's great with that bow and arrow, but when you knock that out of his hand, what do you got? Plus, yeah, Black Widow's also got the baton. She can fight with those. So yeah, I think I'm going to give the nudge to her. Look at you guys bringing it in. Jeff says Mario versus Sonic. I'm gonna. Okay, so look, Mario. Look, we have to put them all in their grandeur, right? Mario will say he's got his cart. He's got his Mario Kart with all those banana peels and turtle heads that he can shoot out of it and all that stuff. But I mean, it's Sonic, y'all. I mean, he's much quicker. If need be, he's got the golden Sonic, when he did the Super Sonic. And that's pretty hard to beat if you're Mario. So I think I kind of got to go Sonic. I think this is pretty easy. If it's Mario versus Sonic, I do feel like Sonic takes the V, right? What do you guys think? They got to chime in. Like, I don't know. These are just my guesses. Like, I don't, are you maybe you're just watching me like shudder trying to figure these out. Yeah. Okay. So this one, this is a good one. Tomb Raider versus Uncharted. I can't really do that one because I never really played the Uncharted's. I know they're cool. I know they're just like Tomb Raider. So only because of that, I would go Tomb Raider. That's the only biased opinion. So that's how that answers. Now, here we go. Doing a very even Arrow versus Arrow, Hawkeye versus Green Arrow. Look, this is the deal. This is everyone's got their, the versus like when it comes to the superheroes, you got these two, you got the Flash and Quicksilver. They all mirror each other, right? In the grand universe of things, though, however, Green Arrow was created before Hawkeye. Not that that's relevant to the challenge. You know what's funny? I just think the two of them just start shooting arrows at each other and the arrows just keep hitting each other in the points, negating it until they just look at each other and go, bro, let's just go grab a coffee. We are equally matched in our bow and arrow skills. And then Black Widow sneaks up on both of them and takes them out. One hand each, back of the neck, boom, boom, boom. Later, bow and arrows. That's what I think's gonna happen. Did you watch Muppet Show? Yes, I did. It's coming back. I just feel like that was part of our time, and I think kids are struggling to connect to the Muppets the way we did. I think Muppets Christmas Carol is the greatest Christmas Carol version ever made. I love that. It's one of my new go-tos at Christmas time. So I'm excited to see what it's like, but the way it was back in our day, I just don't know. I don't know what they can do to appeal to the kid. I think little kids might like seeing it like at theme parks and stuff, but watching a show, we'll have to wait, Adrian, to see what happens. All right, Arnold versus Stallone. You had to go there. All right, you guys are really bringing the heat. I may have to. I will duck out after a couple more. All right, because then I got to get ready to go. It's an early day for me, but this is good. Are you guys enjoying this or that? I think this is kind of fun. Addition to the new show. But let's see. Arnold versus Stallone. So here's the deal. That's a very, very close match. I think when it comes to action, I think both guys are equal. When you take Arnold and you've got stuff like Terminator 2 and Total Recall and True Lies, like it's A+. And then with Stallone, you've got Rocky, Rambo, and then some of his disaster movies, Cliffhanger, Demolition Man, stuff like that. Daylight, which I really love. They're all right there. Where you have to start flexing your muscle, that's right, that's the pun intended, is what comes after those epic action films. And that's two things, but they each possess what the other does not. Arnold has had success in comedy. So you've got Jingle All the Way, you've got Kindergarten Cop, stuff like that. And he has had, and Twins, he's nailed it, whereas Stallone has not. All of his comedies like Rhinestone, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, or my personal favorite that I think is a very underrated film is Oscar with Marissa Tomei, Tim Curry. He's so good as, Fulton Poole and his School of Linguistics, Mr. Provolone. Oh, you guys got to see Tim Curry as that character. He's so good. That's an excellent underrated movie. In fact, I probably prefer Oscar to almost all of Arnold's comedies except maybe Twins. I think that's his high mark. So I give the lead to Arnold. Now, when it comes to dramatic acting, that is something Stallone possesses that Arnold does not. Stallone can go there. He can dig deep. He can bring the tears. He can bring the intensity. You've got the original Rocky where he was nominated for that. You've got Copland. If you guys have seen Copland, he is absolutely stupendous in that. And even in First Blood, that final scene, like Stallone just has better acting chops when it comes to dramatic acting than Arnold does. Arnold he's never delivered a performance like that. So now you're just at a stalemate and you go, who wins? And so for me, I will just, at that point, then it just becomes like a personal preference, right? Because I've knocked all the things out. I'm going to lean Stallone. I know a lot of you are going to go Arnold, but for me, Stallone, what pushes him over the top, just a little bit over the top, there it is how he created himself in this industry, which is writing Rocky, refusing to let the script go unless he was cast in the role. He gets the job, and the rest is history. And that's why the Rocky poster hangs on my wall. It's signed by Sylvester Stallone, that I was there for. He signed it right in front of me. And that is an inspiration to me to say, never give up on your dreams. So there is the thing to nudge it over the top. Hisham, I can't really weigh in on this one because I don't really care. Like, I kind of played both games. I wasn't great. If I'm going off movies, Mortal Kombat 90s, hands down. I'll just go off of that. The Mortal Kombat in the 90s with Robin Shou and Kerry Tagawa defeats any Street Fighter movie. So there. So that's about as far as I can go because of my lack of experience playing the two games, is just to go off the movies. So Mortal Kombat for me. I agree. Black Widow wins. That's right. She's got those pistols, man. Better distance attack than the bow and arrow. Let's see. The good thing is with Mario versus Sonic, there isn't a wrong answer. Yep, I know, right? Um, your two ex-wives, Halle Berry. Oh, that's just cruel, man. All right, we're gonna make these next two the final ones, and then we'll call her a day. All right, your ex-wives, Halle Berry, Jessica Alba, dude. You know exactly how to push my buttons. These two, man. Oh, I mean, we're just going off them as actresses. I mean, it's hard to even like compare movies because really you're just which actress do you gravitate towards more? Um, man. All right, so here's my answer, Hisham, is that earlier in more of a wayback machine, when they were both coming up, I was really into Jessica Alba, super hot, right? I personally love those old Fantastic Four movies. I kind of like them more than the newest one. I like the visual and everything in the new one. We finally get Galactus. He's great. But I just feel like the cast was more spot on to the characters. I mean, the new cast was good. Vanessa Kirby's probably the best in it, and the others they're all good. But I feel like the personalities, that's what I'm getting at. The personalities of Alba and the rest of them, they nailed it in that. But then you got your Halle Berry, in the X-Men movies, and then throwing out some dramatic chops, wins the Academy Award. She has not aged at all. She still looks fantastic. I loved Swordfish. I thought she was great in the recent John Wick. So I'm gonna just say for longevity, I think Halle Berry has stuck around in the zeitgeist a little bit more than Alba. I feel like I haven't seen or heard from Alba in like a decade, whereas Halle's still kicking and grinning. So we're nudging the Halle Berry, y'all. That hurt. That one hurts. But just going off the cuff, that's where we got to go. All right, and finally, Movie Hunter, you had to do it. Picard versus Kirk as my final verses for today. Okay, look, cracks knuckles. You got your OG Kirk. Without Kirk, there is no Star Trek. It is his charm and charisma that kept that show alive and going, and without it, we would not have Star Trek in our universe anymore, ever. The chemistry between him and Nimoy is stupendous. But then again, you got your Patrick Stewart, a very trained. They're both actually trained Shakespearean actors, so you can't even say that one has that over the other. They're both extremely well trained actors. Picard sort of, the difference I feel like with Picard too is Kirk literally had Bones and Spock. They were the trifecta of a human being. The adventurous spirit of Kirk, you have the intelligence of Spock, and you have the compassion of McCoy, and between the three of them, you had this like sort of perfect holy trinity. And you don't really have that. I mean, you can search for that on the Next Generation. You can say, oh, it's him, Riker, and Data, but you don't feel that. And I'm a fan. I'm speaking as a fan. I love TNG. I got autographs from a lot of the actors. But I always feel like Picard was here and his crew was more of a triangulation. Like you could grab Worf, Riker, Data, Beverly, whatever. You could almost like shuffle the cards and have like a little trinity going using the other 6 characters. Picard always felt on the outside. And the reason I say that is if you think about all the times they all played poker, they always excluded Picard. Or he just never asked. As we saw in the final, if you watch Picard season 3, that finally gets a resolution, and that's a very great moment. But I think that also tells you how removed he was from the crew sometimes. And of course, charm and charisma, I think just goes to Shat. I mean, look, you guys know I'm not going to vote against the Shat. Is he on the wall? Yeah, he was on the wall. But it's William Shatner. It's Captain Kirk, man. I mean, I can talk and try to pit them against each other all I want, but in the end, there's one clear-cut winner, and that's going to be the Shatman, Captain James Tiberius Kirk. And that, my friends, is going to do it. Splash up the page, Bob, for this versus that. Thank you all so much for participating in the first of this versus that. I hope you enjoyed it. It was fun for me. We got some new folks here. Yeah, you're enjoying it. Nice. And like I said, for the big mamma jammas, we'll do like Marvel versus DC, Star Trek versus Star Wars, some of those good big battle things. I'll bring people on for those. I think that those will be worth it. But these smaller, like character to character, actor to actors, you guys did great. By the way, you did great. If you guys love this new thing, smack the like, subscribe if you haven't. I want to see more people coming in and checking out this morning show. Be a director or an actor, whatever you pick. You start doing that job tomorrow. Ooh, great. I like that question. I'll tell you what. I'll pick a director. Because I've directed before. I've acted before, and I think the problem that got in my way with pursuing directing after I finished my first film is I kept still wanting to be an actor and get discovered. And it's a very hard thing because you go out and there's like 100 other people that are like you or not like you. They're like, they don't even know what they want. And I'm this, short, redheaded, 5'5" guy. And then you go in there and there's a 6'2" black guy. And then you're like, who are they going for? What are they looking for? So it's whoever brings something in there is who gets the part. So, and that struggle kept me from pursuing the directing chair. And I look back and that's my one regret. So I pick director because I think at this point in my life, I have more to offer as an editor, a cinematographer, an actor, director. Like a good director knows all these things, and I know all these things now. So that's what I would do. Hoss McPizza's here. Hoss, bring that back next week, my friend. We're going to keep them going. Oh, I love these. So look at these Pitt versus Crew. You guys just remember to bring these back next week. Yeah, bring that back to Perspectives, Arnold versus Huck. Oh, thanks, Tucker. Yeah. I mean, like I said, they're super close. In the end, it just came to experience. Like I saw Arnold once from afar. He waved at me as far as I got. But Stallone actually talked to him, told him, thank you for your inspiration. And so that, yeah, you guys got good ones. Yeah, like I said, Mike Myers, these are great. Ooh, a triple versus. All right, these are good. These are good. I'm going to forget all these, y'all. So come next week. So what I'm going to try to remember to do is put this in my community tab so I have them before I come. And if no one's really responding there, this worked out great. You guys just chiming in on the side. It was very instant and immediate. I didn't have to change tabs to go look over there to come back with it. So that works here too. So, but I'll put it up that way in case maybe there's a real juicy one that gets dropped in the community tab. I'll track it over. But yeah, thanks, Stacy. You're great too. I know, right? She went off to become a millionaire. Oh, if only. All right. So what you're saying is screw the actor director thing. Go make some makeup and become a billionaire. Okay, fine. I'll do it. Nice. You finished Charlie Sheen. It's cool. All right. You guys still got a bunch of good ones. I love the Shat remains undefeated. Steve Moody, you come in my house. Shatner ain't never going to be. We can keep doing this versus that till the end, and it'll be Shatner versus the entire Marvel universe, and he'll win. Like whatever Shat goes up against, even the Almighty. I'm just saying he could take down Jesus. You never know. Yeah. Well, do I give off a tall guy vibe? Yeah, I know, right? Dynamite comes in small packages, as they like to say. And this one is packed with C4, baby. Yep. Is your movie director? Yeah, it is. Well, it's more on streaming. So if you go to, and it's funny because you think I would direct a comedy, but my friend came to me because I knew how to edit and I was an actor. And he says, so you're going to know if things are cutting together in your head, and you're going to understand performance. So will you direct my movie? So it is called Shot to the Heart. So you can write that down, Shot to the Heart. And it's on Amazon Prime. It is a dramatic movie. It's an intense little thriller shot with no money. This is back when shooting low budget independence was the thing, with no named actors. So we don't have named actors. Although the lead actress, Bo T. Ann Bliss, did go on to work in CSI Miami with, our boy, David Caruso. So yeah, unfortunately, it didn't make it to DVD, but it is out there. What's up, Eli? Good to see you, buddy. / I like button, y'all. That's right. Wrap it up good. Sorry, I'm just going to skip through these guys because I do have to wrap it up. I got an appointment to get to today and then come back for work. Always fun. Sorry, I missed most of it. I'll be here next week. Noise. Look, Haas, go check it out. Go check out the This or That segment. It was a lot of fun. I think you'll dig it. You threw out some good ones. I know you came in like after it was over, but you got some good ones. So bring those back next week, or put them in the community tab if you think you might not be able to make it right away, because I want to remember some of those, because once I sign off and I go a whole week, my brain is reset and I'll forget. So, but yes, please hit that like button, subscribe, all that jazz. Cheers for the stream. Thank you very much, Tiger Blue. Why do I always want to go Australian when I like Tiger Blue? I don't know. I feel good. It makes me happy and playful. 21 likes, not too shabby, y'all. Usually we get about 25 by the end of these shows. Interesting. He says, Song Sung Blue in your top 5. Maybe. I already did do my top 10 of 2025. Go check out that video. I had not seen Song Sung Blue at the time because it was not released until this year. So to me, I'm kind of calling it a 2026 movie, although technically it is not. It is a 2025 movie. But because they didn't release it in my theaters quick enough, it didn't make my top 10. I don't know about top 5, but it has got some banger performances. I am so happy Kate Hudson got it in there. And honestly, I haven't seen Hamnet yet, which I will go see. But truthfully, it feels like Kate's the underdog. Everyone thinks she just squeaked in, therefore she won't win because she wasn't on anybody. I think that's an understatement to make. I think she is phenomenal. I've seen most of the performances. It's my favorite so far, personally. I will be voting for Kate because I'm part of the voting committee. And but I will be, I got to watch Hamnet first. So if she blows me away, she'll get my vote. But I don't like locks either. I don't like, she's a shoo-in. Oh, she's going to win. I like when there's an unpredictable, like the best supporting actor one. Oh my God. Like Benicio del Toro and Sean Penn and all the people that are in that category, even the supporting actress category, they're unpredictable. I don't know where they're going to go. But yes, you have an awesome day as well. Here you go. So hang on. It's Shot to the Heart. That's the name. So it's Shot to the Heart. Is the name of the movie that you guys can go. You give love a bad name. Bad name. I'll send some to the community. Thank you, Stacey. Appreciate that. Definitely posting some stuff. Noise. All right. I think that is it, guys. And go check out Shot to the Heart. Appreciate y'all coming. Thank you so much. It's been another excellent day here at the Morning Mug. You guys brought the heat. You brought good stuff to talk about, and you played along with This or That, which I really appreciate. That was just something I wanted to bring into the community and see if you guys dug it, and I sure did. So I hope you did as well. If you're joining me on the replays, don't forget, like, subscribe if it's your first time here. If you dig these morning shows, let me know. And if you love This or That, go to the community tab and give me some things to This or That. Actually, it's This versus That. I originally called it This or That. That didn't sound like a good battle name. So it's This versus That. Give me some good things to battle on next week's show. And until then, y'all have yourselves a great day. And we'll see you next week. Bob, roll those cafe members. To all my cafe members for their support. And if you'd like to be a cafe member to help support the channel, please consider hitting that join button now. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming by and sharing your time with me. So until next time, be safe, be kind. I'll see you on the next one.